On Rosh Hashanah, the 2 days are really one day. The rabbis treat it as though it were one very long holiday, and sometimes it feels that way sitting in the synagogue. But the Torah readings are what interests me because, in fact, the 2 days, first day and second day Torah readings, are a continuation one of the other. On day 1, we read Genesis chapter 21, and on day 2, we read Genesis 22. Both days involve Abraham and his sons, Ishmael and Isaac. We begin day 1 by reading of Isaac's miraculous birth, but then the story quickly devolves to tell us about Ishmael playing with his little brother. This sets Isaac's mother off, and she insists that Abraham send them off into the wilderness to die. Abraham is upset, but God tells him to listen to Sarah, and so he banishes his concubine and his son Ishmael. As an interesting side note, God promises Ishmael all the same promises God promises to Isaac, the only notable exception being that Isaac gets covenant, brit, whereas Ishmael just gets promises of plentiful offspring and many tribes. On day 2, perhaps the more famous Torah reading, Abraham takes Isaac to sacrifice him at Mount Moriah. As he lifts the knife to kill his son, God stops him. What's little noted is what's not in the text. After Abraham banishes Ishmael, we never see Ishmael and Abraham together again in the text. Indeed, after Abraham almost kills Isaac, we never see Isaac and Abraham together again in the text. The trauma of the ways in which Abraham treated both his sons is such that it breaks down communication in the family. What's interesting to me is when Abraham dies, both sons, Ishmael and Isaac, are there at the funeral. I often wonder about the relationship of the two sons, Ishmael, father of the Arab tribes and eponymous ancestor of Islam, and Isaac, father of the Jews. How many graves will we have to stand over before we realize that Isaac and Ishmael are both sons of Abraham, indeed, both brothers? Shana Tova.